Okay, so just so you know, this is what they look like now as a beginning version of after I put them in the tea bubbling stew for an hour. And let them out, and then dried them outside for a while, and then put them in the dryer for a little while. And now they're dry and everything. It's not as orange down here, but there is still some orangey tinge. So that's what I'm hoping to get rid of. This is the part that pretty much hits your knees. So I'm planning on hitting up here and then probably doing a little bit up there, but not so much here. This like area I don't feel like needs very much if you're thinking about it in a logical way. Don't really think it's going to be them. Though I do think I might do the butt a little bit because, like, I mean, if you land on your butt, it's going to happen. Like, your legs, you don't really hit, but, like, you're going to end up sitting on your butt. So I feel like I'll probably hit up the butt. That's the weirdest thing to say to me. Anyway, so here, and then probably the back, as well. So let's get started, and I will show you as I go along. Wish me luck. Okay, guys. So I have, towards these pants, I have tea stained them for like an hour with a lot of tea bags. Let them dry. Also put them in the dryer for a little while after letting them air dry outside for a decent amount of time. Then I used some coffee and tea remedies on it once. Let that dry pretty much completely. And I used it in certain areas, not over the entire thing. I didn't do all of it, but I did it in certain areas that I thought were necessary. And then I put it in the dryer for a little bit, and I noticed that it kind of faded it a little bit. And I know that somebody talked about layering, so I added a second layer. So this second layer is actually still drying, so it might fade a little bit again. But this is the technical final effect. I will probably, on the bottom especially, put some fabric paint that's watered down to make it look a little more rough and tumbled into the woods. But let me show you. Oh, and it smells like hazelnut now because it was hazelnut coffee that I used. So now my entire pants smell like hazelnut, which means my dress is going to smell like hazelnut. At least it'll smell nice. Hopefully people don't have like hazelnut allergies or something. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I like how it's like not all one pattern. It's kind of like different. This is the front. Like I like especially towards the top where I kind of started like understanding. Where the bottom is like I really wanted to just really hit up the dark things. And then the back I was like, oh yeah, I want like the butt to have stuff. And then the knees I felt like should have like some wear because it's like, oh, if you're gonna kneel down and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna put some fabric paint once I get that, which I just don't have right now, but it's pretty cheap and pretty easy to get. But that's it for this, and you can see you won't watch out my chipmunk pants. Having the chipmunk pants. That is what the final look is for these pants. Well, not final, I can't say that. Final tea stained / coffee stained pants look is for these. It will continue growing onto another platform, but for this, that's what this is for now. This is a video that's probably gone on for a very long time, so I will cut this portion off, and my next video will be about tea staining / coffee staining the dress, which I'm a little bit more nervous about. Because it's very sheer and I'm a little afraid of what I'm gonna do with it. But things will go. But I don't want to have a super, super long video. So I will see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, thank you. All right, guys. Hey, so I am going to be working with this dress. It's my Jane dress from for my Halloween costume. I just recently tea stained and coffee stained my pants that go underneath it. And so that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for this one. I had done some samples on other pieces of cloth that I had cut up, because obviously this is definitely not the same length as what it was before. And what I kind of came to the conclusion was that coffee staining works a little bit better, comes out a little bit darker, but it's definitely going to have to be layered, going to have more, I'm going to have to do multiple layers. And then also, just like with the pants, I'm going to have to do some fabric paint, watered down fabric paint, which I've seen somebody do in video tutorials. So this is definitely not finished product. Even what I have as the pants isn't the finished product. I'm getting into that, but I am pretty happy with what the pants look like right now. I was really concerned at first because they looked very orange when they were boiling in the pot of black tea, and I was very concerned that they were going to come out orange instead of like a brown color, but they look better now, so I'm happy about that. And we're just gonna see how this dress comes out. I am actually gonna start on the back of it, but I thought I'd show you a front picture of it just in case you hadn't seen it yet, or if you just wanted to see it again. But because I want to like, I don't know, err on the side of caution, I want to work from the back and then do the front. And I do plan on messing around with the collar a little bit. I might tea stain that because that is a little bit less harsh. But it also depends because that fabric is different than this fabric. So I don't know how it's going to take. I don't know what, how it's going to come out. So I have to like look into that. I know that I'm definitely going to change the color. I just don't know how I'm going to change it. We'll see. It's going to be a surprise, guys. So I'll keep you updated. All right. Okay, guys. So I just, coffee-ish, tea-ish stained the back of this dress. I really didn't do the top of it yet because I don't really know how it's going to turn out. And the back of it, the top back of it is really not going to matter because my hair is going to cover it. And I just wanted to play around with this. It's very, very dark, but that's because it's still setting in. And yeah, but I just really just kind of played around with different methods, like the sponge, the brush, the kind of just like doing this, the two different squirt bottles that I have of it. I figure like, first of all, if it's a light dress and even the coffee stain is light, I mean, it's gonna just kind of, it's gonna lighten down. It's not gonna be that big. I plan on using the fabric, what am I trying to say? Fabric paint, for the darker colors where I really feel like I need paint, like along these bottom edges. But yeah, I feel like, I mean, if you're in a jungle, in a rainforest, you're gonna have speckles of water, of like paint, of stuff, of like dirty, muddish, watery, and I feel like that should be kind of all along the bottom of a dress, not just here. It shouldn't just stop here. It should be like up here too. And I think I'll probably do a little bit on arms and a little on the back, just so that the back isn't just completely blank. The chest is a little bit difficult for me because I kind of have a big chest, and so I don't want to do too much because I don't want to draw like a lot of attention to my chest. But I will do a little bit on the chest, but not a lot. Because, yeah, I feel like I think less is more. I'll tea stain the white collar and then kind of go from there and see how it looks. And yes, so I need to let this dry before I can do anything else. I can't even like do anything before this, and I don't really feel like putting it. I can't put this in the dryer because it's just, I don't know, it won't work. But yeah, I'll go get something else done while I'm doing this. Seriously, getting so much done because of this. All right, see you guys later. So you know those moments when you wish you could have like a redo? Yeah, this is one of them. I did the front of the dress, and it's not so hot. So yeah, it also just looks like crap because I'm just like, it's like not together, but like it looks splotchy. It looks like it was meant to be like this, not like it was done this way on accident. It's just killing me. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it looks horrible. We're just gonna have to figure that out right now. It's really pissing me off. I hate myself. Okay, bye. Hey guys, so as time went through, I decided to do the makeup that I figured for Jane, for Tarzan and Jane, and this is pretty much the look that I was planning on going with. I do not have the hair extensions that I plan on wearing in, but I was kind of going for like the sun-kissed kind of, there's some red glow going on, but some more bronzy going on, and not much going on, just some like tan tan eyeshadow on, like a little bit dark, kind of not too bad, not too much going on. I wanted a minimalistic approach. The main thing that I did was I think I tried to make the eyes bigger by putting mascara on, and to try and make the eyes really pop. And I had the lipstick that I picked out, I think I did a good job on that, which is very rare because I usually pick the wrong lipstick every single time. I think it works pretty well for this. Yeah, so I did some contouring, I did some bronzing, I did some, you know, highlighting. I did some of all the shenanigans, and you know, I put some blush on and stuff just to try and give myself like, oh, you've been out in the African savannah / jungle. Technically, you're not putting makeup on, but you are getting a look like you're kind of out in the savannah. Now, I noticed as I'm looking at this that it hasn't really gone down to my neck. So when I do actually do this as a thing, because this is not the natural skin tone of mine, I do have two different shades of foundation. One that's a little bit darker for things like this that I'm doing. I'm having trouble with words right now. That I'm having like a cosplay or something with a darker haired character or something, like when I did Padme. She has darker skin. Well, I got a darker foundation because that worked for her and for the face type, but my skin is very pale. And so I have a secondary foundation, which is my normal foundation, and that's what I usually go to. So I need to make that go together so that I don't look like I'm just like a head and then a completely different neck. So we're gonna have to blend it in instead of just completely two different things. I know it's gonna be like up to here, but still, like, nobody wants like this white neck. It'd be funky. So yeah, I will have to do that. But I do like this look, and the eyeshadow is not super dark, but it's like, oh yeah, this is like a kind of normal look and everything, and I don't think it's overwhelming or anything. I think that it's something that you can be like, oh yeah, very just kind of classic, not overwhelmed. So I'm good with it. Right now, I am waiting on the second portion of, no, I'm waiting on the front of the dress to dry. I did the back a second time, and it turns out pretty well. And I'm doing this front a second time, and I'm waiting for that to dry. I'm also trying to upload videos and do all this other stuff. I've done a lot today, so I'm just really proud of myself. It also proves that you can do a lot of this in one day. Like, I did laundry, dishes, I did tea staining, I did like double tea staining, I did cutting up a dress, which my mom was not happy about. She's like, what, you cut it up? And I'm like, yes, because I was expecting to do that. I did all this stuff, and all in one day, and I'm pretty proud of myself. Yeah, so I think it means like you can get a lot done. I got laundry done too. That's what you get when you get up at like noon. It is like 8 o'clock, maybe 9. I think it's 9 something. What is it? Yeah. Oh no, it's almost 10. Almost 10. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for the front of the dress to dry, and it looks fine, but I do want to get, as I've said many times, I do want to get some of the fabric paint that we've watered down to put some on, brownness on it, just because I think that it will look better that way. It will look like I'm bent through the mud and stuff, and instead of just tea staining. Same with the thing. My mom's like, I showed my mom the pants. She's like, it looks totally fine. It's fine. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's just not what I wanted. It's not what I want. I want it to, I have a vision. There's a vision in my mind, and it's not quite there yet. So yeah. All right. Bye. Thanks. All right, guys. So this is kind of the final effect of the front of the dress. You can't really see too much of the tea staining, which is a little bit disappointing. And I'm not even just talking tea staining. I'm talking like major coffee staining. Like, I did it on the bottom here and even on the top, and I even had done it on the sleeves and stuff. And I did a little bit of the tea staining on the on the collar, which I do think that came out because it does look less white than it did before, but I didn't want to overdo it because I didn't want it to turn orange like the bottom of my pants. So I think I will hold off on that and do it more with the fabric paint instead, and do it with a little bit more like of a mud-ish sort of thing. But yeah, I will say that it just kind of looks yellow still. I honestly have a bunch of this stuff still, but I can't part with it. I literally can't. I think I'm just going to end up putting it in the refrigerator for a while until I'm sure that I'm not going to need it anymore, because I do not want to make more tea/coffee stuff, and it would just be a disaster. But it looks decent. I will say it looks distressed. It looks different. I think the polyester material made it not take quite as well as I wanted to. I think it looks better on tea, and coffee staining looks better on coffee. I mean, tea and coffee staining looks better on cotton material rather than things like polyester. And this dress is a polyester dress. So I think that's part of the problem. But it was a definitely good experience, and I am very excited to do the uh um fabric painting with water later on, which should be an interesting thing, and hopefully will be happening on Thursday. So I will get back to you on that. That will be a whole nother video, and you guys should be having so much fun watching these videos. I'm guessing that's not, because I mean, one of them I think was like 40 minutes long, and I'm so sorry for that because it was not intentional for it to be that long. It just happened. It just happened. I'm sorry. I get ahead of myself. So if you didn't watch all of it, it's completely okay. I completely understand. But if you did, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. And if you've been watching these videos through all this, thank you so much for everything you've done, and thank you so much for being there with me. This journey's been great. I actually really have enjoyed doing this despite the fact that it's taken forever. And I am excited to see the final product once it does end up coming out. So yeah, it's not quite there yet, but we're chugging along. All right, see you later, guys.